Thank you. Yeah. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming. I'm very happy to meet you all. My name is Andrea Edel. I'm coming from Heidelberg in Germany. I'm not an author and I will not read any poetry or literature to you, but I only will give you some information about the UNESCO Cities of Literature Network. Yeah. Okay. I spent some marvelous days in Lahore. For me, it's the first time being in Pakistan ever, and I feel very comfortable. I had marvelous days. And grace to some people. Thank you very much to Razi Ahmed, who invited me to be here to give to you this information, to give this speak. And to Dr. Stefan Winkler. This is a colleague from Germany originally. He's working in Karachi, leading the Goethe-Institut there. He had the idea to spread some informations with you. And as I experienced Lahore for the first time, I think he's completely right. I'm so overwhelmed from Lahore as a literature city, as a really vibrant literature city. This festival is amazing. Yeah, so Lahore is a unique literature city in the whole world. It has as well the cultural heritage, the beautiful poetry and literature and philosophical tradition, and also a vibrant contemporary scenery of publishing houses, international book producers, authors, novelists, poets. I'm really overwhelmed. Yeah. Thank you for bringing me here, for giving me the possibility to inform you about the UNESCO City of Literature Network. Lahore should definitely be a member of this network. Also, I would like to introduce you my friends who helped me to manage my travel here in Lahore and to bring me in touch with several literature people. There is Noreen Zaki. She's leading the Anna-Marie Schimmel House in Lahore. There's Wasim Butt. Wasim Butt is my colleague in Heidelberg. He's city councillor in the city of Heidelberg. This is, as I am informed, the same as a cultural minister or something like this in Pakistan. He's Pakistani born and now part of my city government, and I'm working for him. And also I would like to introduce you to Arif Said, yeah, our ambassador. And thank you very much also to Munesa Hashmi and to Mr. Salahuddin from the Iqbal House, and for all your help, Shafiq Ahmed and Sahid Ahmed. They really helped me to explore Lahore and its beauty and its colors. Thank you so much. Yeah, and also I met a colleague. I just crossed this area of the famous literature festival Lahore, and I met a friend. Chris Merrill, that I met in USA 1 year ago, visiting the UNESCO City of Literature, Iowa City. And he explained me that he was working here and introducing books of Pakistani and Indian authors to the audience. Yeah, this was a sign for me that Lahore really should apply as UNESCO City of Literature because it is already part of the network. Our network has met here by incident. Well, this is like a proof. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I do. Let's start. So that's us. I have a short PowerPoint presentation. These are literature managers like I am. We are just running literature cities and supporting authors, publishing houses worldwide, doing international cooperations. What do we do? I would like to give you a short impression instead of speaking, I would like to show you a short film. Can you start the film that is shown? No, okay, it doesn't work. It's okay. No film? Go, doesn't matter, go ahead. Next, no problem. Okay, instead of showing you the film, I'm showing you a world map showcasing you the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. As you can see, it's consisting of several colors, and each color belongs to a certain sub-network. Yeah? So UNESCO Creative Cities is a network where cities can apply as literature cities or music cities or design cities or arts and crafts cities and gastronomy cities and whatever. Yeah? The blue spots are the literature cities. And as you can see, in Europe, it's a very dense map. There are lots of spots. And you can look for Pakistan. There's no city at all. Not a literature city and not any other city. So there's some lack. Okay, this network, the UNESCO Creative Cities Network, is a very young network of UNESCO. UNESCO is very famous mainly for the World Heritage Program. Nearly everybody knows. But the UNESCO Creative Cities Network is much younger. It was founded in 2004 and is increasing continuously. Yeah, I already mentioned to you the 7 areas of cultural production where cities can apply for. And the main aim that we are working on is creativity. So the cities that apply should commit to prioritize creativity as a fundamental impulse for their city development. Yeah. What do we do following these aims, these missions that UNESCO gave to us? First of all, we support professionals working in the area of literature. We support booksellers, we support bookstores, we support authors, we support academies and publishing houses, translators, book producers, paper producers. These are our friends. We support them. How do we support them? We support them while we internationalize their work. We help them to move, to travel. We give travel funds. We make friends for them in other cities. During my stay in Lahore, for instance, I met several people who are important partners for my locals, for my local partners in Heidelberg, and I will definitely bring you in touch with my people. So we are helping our local authors and publishing houses to connect with the partners they want and they need in other cities that are in our network and help them to travel, to meet, to cooperate. Internationalization. Okay. Yeah, how do we do this? The main thing is sharing knowledge and best practices. We meet, share our knowledges and cooperate, and there are several areas of interaction between us cities. For instance, festivals like this are perfect for realizing, exchanging programs for artists. Yeah? We can invite artists from your festival in Lahore, for instance, and I could send you artists to this festival from Heidelberg also, so that they could directly exchange. And this is a big advantage of our cities network. We can cooperate we can cooperate very quickly and in a very direct manner. We don't need any governmental structure or national permissions. We just call each other, phone, Skype, meet, and work. Yeah. So these are the UNESCO Sustainable Development Goals that you maybe need. Several of them are directly linked with our work. We are sharing these values that UNESCO is giving to us and trying to reflect them in our projects. For all of you who don't know about these aims, this report you can directly find in the internet, Reshaping Cultural Policies. These are the 28 cities of literature worldwide, where Pakistan should be in, where Lahore should be in. And these are the advantages of being a city of literature. Okay, there also are some duties. For instance, we have to meet twice a year, and we have to communicate with each other. We have also to contribute in managing our network. To manage 28 literature cities is not so easy. We really need a lot of traveling and a lot of phoning and a lot of Skyping, but this is not really a duty for me. Okay, as you can see, the literature cities are not very well balanced all over the globe. Yeah? There are several countries that are not in the network, and therefore we would like to support cities like Lahore to enter. Okay, the next thing I would like to show you is maybe what we do. I just give you an example of a project that we realized together. It's called Expedition Poetry. This is a project that Heidelberg invented and that twice happened already, and now it's a fixed element of the programming of the UNESCO Cities of Literature worldwide. Expedition Poetry is working very simply. You have two cities working together, for instance, like Lahore and Heidelberg. Each city is choosing 3 poets, 3 living poets working in the field of poetry that are not translated in the other language yet. So I would choose 3 Heidelberg poets, and you would choose 3 Urdu poets. Yeah? Then we make them travel to Lahore, the Heidelberg poets. They meet with the 3 poets in Lahore and spend 1 week together working on their poetry, translating their poems into the other language together. Sounds as if it would not be possible, but it is possible. We did it twice. We have help of translators, and we use interlinear translations as a basis. It's very simple. In the end, the poems are translated in the other language. Then we do a bilingual lecture and a bilingual publication. After a while, the poets of Lahore will also travel to Heidelberg, and we repeat the bilingual lecture there. Very simple and very effective. Another smaller project we realize is a summer reading list during summertime, which in our countries is really very hot in comparison to the winter. Winter in Germany is really very cold. I'm directly coming from winter. In Germany we have snow actually, and for me it's very hot here. During summertime people read very much in the European countries and in the northern countries. And therefore we implemented a summer reading list with recommendations of books written in the UNESCO Cities of Literature worldwide. So in my town, in Heidelberg, people are recommended to read books from our other cities. And to buy, of course. Another action, another project that we realized together is Expedition Poetry, is the World Poetry Day. So each year at March 21st, It's the UNESCO World Day of Poetry, and in each city of literature worldwide will happen lectures, poetry lectures, yeah, in bookstores or wherever. We also have a poetry night in Heidelberg, and we are reading poetry in a train running through all Germany, where you can enter into the train and be part of this poetry travel. It's a beautiful project. I could recommend to you also. Yeah, but the main thing is that all the cities of literature do something, and we make a common poster. This is posted worldwide in 28 cities, this one. And also we do a press announcement all together, all the 28 cities, and spread it worldwide. Okay, another project this is the last one I will show you, is Poetic Encounters. We produced a book including poetry of all the 28 cities. How did we do? Each city got 2 sheets of special paper produced in Fabriano, Italy, in a very, very famous literature city. This paper, we spread it. Every city in the whole world, all the 28 cities, each got 2 sheets of this paper and gave it to 2 poets. And these 2 poets wrote their poetry on these papers, and they sent it back to us to Heidelberg. In the end, we bound a book and translated these poems, and we have the first worldwide poetry anthology ever. Beautiful book. So the next call for applications for this network will be published in the near future, probably in the beginning of March. You can look it up in the homepage of UNESCO Creative Cities, UCCN. The application is not really a problem. It's quite easy to write this application. I think it's like 2 pages or so. But before, the literary scenery of a city should really decide by themselves, yes, we want to do that. UNESCO won't give us any money, but we can feel like part of this network and start to cooperate with the other cities in the manner that I declared. These are the criteria due to which we will evaluate the applications made. The applications should be written until summer break, until July. They should be ready. Okay. I think when I look into your eyes, these criteria are not really making you shy. You are ready. Lahore is ready. You have all this. It's just you need to collect the informations in Lahore and give them a certain structure. How could you do? You could contact the other cities of literature. We also have a chair. You could just look up what are doing the other cities of literature, how do they cooperate, how could we be part of this network. Also our applications, the applications we have written are in the network, you can read. Yeah. And practically you could prepare like trying to answer by yourself the question, why should Lahore bid as UNESCO City of Literature? Why should we enter in this network? Which would be the advantages for us? Why? And very important, involve all the stakeholders that you want to involve into the project. Think about who are the institutions, who are the key people in your city that would be needed to really work in this sense, yeah? And I'm sure that, for instance, in the Annemarie Schimmel House, you will get more information about this program, or you could contact Noreen to get further information or to meet and to discuss this theme. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for your questions. Please.
First of all, thank you so much for bringing along the representatives from the city of Heidelberg to Lahore. The city of Lahore being the hometown of Iqbal Lahori, who wrote the beautiful poem on the banks of River Neckar. So thank you so much for doing that. Yeah. My question is, you mentioned there are 7 genres which are supported by the program, UNESCO Creative Cities. Can cities apply for more than one of those genres? Could be literature and gastronomy together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's possible, but it actually never happened. Yeah, so I would recommend to you that the discussion about the question in which field should apply a city should be discussed before you apply. Usually, the national commissions of UNESCO is involved in these discussions. For instance, China. China has several creative cities, and they decide on a national level each year in which city should apply and which city should apply in which area. Also, Germany, the country where I'm coming from, we have a master plan for our country run by the National Commission. And also we, the creative cities of Germany, we are actually 4. We are organized in a certain working group, and we decide which city we would like to have in the network again. Yeah, to spread it over the whole country, yeah, the network, and cover all the areas. So we have 1 literature city, we have 3 music cities. Now we want a film city, yeah, for instance. So, but if one city really has 2 areas, 2 strong areas, yeah, then talk to your national commission, talk to your locals. The local government needs to give some money into this work, yeah? They need to establish a staff, an office, that these programs can be run, actually. And it's a lot of, also, question of how much money can a city really afford, yeah? But I think Lahore already has very much literature institutions and literature activities, so maybe you can just get together all these people and these budgets also. Yeah.
Well, very illuminating and nice talk I have.
I cannot hear you, please.
Yes, now, okay. Lahore perhaps has more than one aspects which had to be highlighted. Another forum where this could be done is the twin city concept. Lahore has been declared with many cities in Europe and Asia as well.
Yeah.
So can we join these 2 aspects into one?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. Thank you very much. So, in fact, often the twin city constellations are related to the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. For instance, in our case, Heidelberg is twinned with a French city that has a very strong literature scene. Montpellier, like with a book fair and big literature festival, also like Lahore. And we would like them to have them in the network, and we also help them. In another case, in Spain, there is a link between Barcelona and another creative city, and their twin city and UNESCO Creative Cities Network are identical. So this is not disturbing at all. It's just multiplying the possibilities. And think about if you have twin cities and they are in the network, use their help, contact them, ask them, how did you do? Could you maybe help us to introduce someone? Yeah.
Ma'am, so my question is that educational institutions who are known for their creativity, like we are from Kinnaird College, so how can educational institutions be part of such initiatives? We have a vast department of English literature, we are active in dramatics and creativity and expressing ourselves, and we have been to various platforms. So how can educational institutions contribute to it and be part of it? Thank you.
Thank you for this question. It's a very important question. So UNESCO is the organization of the United Nations for Culture and Education. We are twinned. And also there are close relations. UNESCO is also supporting education in UNESCO schools, UNESCO chairs. So in Heidelberg, for instance, we have the program UNESCO City of Literature, and we have an UNESCO chair, and we have an UNESCO school. Yeah, this is the Department for Sustainable Education. And we are linked, we are working together. For instance, yeah, we are running creative writing projects in the schools. This is one way to do it, but there are several possibilities. We just meet, talk about this, and create ideas how to combine. I'm sure that your institute, where you are coming from, could invent new ideas. I'm curious. Yeah, thank you. Very good. Here's a question. Do we have more time to discuss? It's so important. Okay. Very good.
First thing is that how to share the cultural heritage between the UNESCO cities. Secondly, heritage between Lahore and Heidelberg. Because we have already so many interlinkages. For example, Iqbal studied there, wrote on Heidelberg river and so many things. And like Goethe and Mary Schimmer. I remember that I was in Goethe-Institut, Lahore. I don't know what is the reason that the Germans closed that institute where Dr. Anne Mary Schimmer and so many Germans used to come. And there was some sort of interlinkage. And Lahore, as you know, is a very richest city as far as literature is concerned. So I think if we limit it, it may be under the umbrella of the UNESCO. Yeah. But if we, for example, as the topic was, that how we share the Lahore cultural and literary heritage with the Heidelberg, I think it will be more feasible and more practicable.
Yeah, thank you very much. In fact, you are completely right. The heritage of Lahore is interesting, Heidelberg particularly. Yeah, we are closely related. So the World Heritage Program and the Creative Cities Program also add each other very well. But in my impression, the World Heritage Program is very big. The creative cities are just starting. Yeah, this is a very young network. We take big effort. In terms of relations of Heidelberg and Lahore, we are very well prepared in terms of Mr. Butt. Where are you born? Where are your parents born? This is the birthtown of Iqbal, as I am informed. And we are already working on a program rediscovering Iqbal today. Yeah? Yeah.
My question is this, that what do you do on 21st March? 21st March is the World Poetry Day.
Yeah.
March, 21st March.
Yeah.
I'm from English Literacy Society. I've been celebrating it for the past many years. So if Pakistani writers want to contact you on this year, what is the method or how would you do it? And especially they give one theme, they give topic also on World Poetry Day, particular theme di jati ki isi mein aapne likhna, they give this, so what are your expressions about it?
Yeah.
And how do you give awards also, or book launching, whatever functions you can conduct in it?
Okay, I will answer your question, and then I'm sorry. Afterwards, I will have to leave because next event will happen. But this question is very important. Again, Lahore is very much before us. You are doing this since 20 years. We in Heidelberg are celebrating World Poetry since 2 years. Yeah, congratulations to your work. We are also giving themes or project ideas to our members. This year it's more like a public event with a train that we are running, and we are giving all our poets simply all our poets living in our city a possibility to read 10 minutes in this train. Yeah, it will be like a night program running, continuing, and you can simply explore the whole variety of poetry that was produced in Heidelberg and in the cities that we cross also. Okay, thank you very much.